If it keeps crashing, I'm just gonna have you take it over.
Alright, well, I can do it now if you want to. I just gotta pull up OBS.
Yeah, go ahead and pull up OBS for me.
Is it the same stream key?
Yep.
No, just let me know. I'm ready to go.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and stop mine, and go ahead and
Okay.
start up yours. Ready? 3.
What, is my stream key not in? Oh my god. It's connected to my YouTube. That's what it was. Sorry about that. Let me just get the stream key and I'll be good.
No problem.
I don't know how to set up multiple stream keys or anything yet. I need to figure that out. Where's that? Where's that? Hopefully it don't cause me to lag, because I ain't broadcast this many cars yet.
Not a problem.
Alrighty. And bam. Bam. Okay, I'm good to go.
All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Switching out. 3, 2, 1.
Alright, started. Alrighty, welcome back, folks. Sorry about that. Getting a few things took care of here as we were trying to fix the chat, and it, I believe, caused a little bit of lag. Oh, it looks like we got one around, I believe. But that was the 67 of Mike Allen, but I don't think it's going to bring out a caution. Let's try to get this camera view fixed. Sorry about that, folks. Does everything look good on your end there, bud? When you get a minute? Oh, I would be showing the wrong screen, huh? Oh, no. There we go. It is working. Okay. Anyways, we got a pretty good battle up here for the lead between the 53 and the 57 at the moment. It looks like Austin's sailing that 300 machine, going to try to get the 53 out to a bit of a better lead as he's giving them the business end coming out of turn 4. And as they're coming through the trial, it does look like the 53 is going to be able to lead to start at lap 40 here. Been a pretty interesting race for the most part, as we've been side by side for quite a bit of it here. As I said earlier, I believe Mike Allen, involved in the incident, did not bring out a caution, so currently 28 cars on the lead lap, I believe.
Thank you.
As you see, Andrew Tefts has worked his way up to the top 6 as well, up here towards the front. Still our biggest mover at the moment, Blake Cannon, and that's 27 machine currently sitting third. Does it look like we had someone go down there in the grass on the travel? I'm not quite sure what happened.
Sorry
with
about that, Aaron. All right, good. We made it.
And that outside line is starting to make a little bit of a charge here, being led by Blake Cannon, that 27 machine. Andrew Test second in line, trying to give him a push. Two very good drivers. Once they get connected here, should be able to make something happen. As we're coming to start lap 42 this time. It looked like Blake Cannon was able to lead that lap coming through the trial. They make a little bit of contact going into 1 and 2. And they are able to get that sorted out, but that did check up both of the lanes here, as you see the 300 and I believe that is the 75 machine trying to get caught back up. But that is going to allow for Andrew Tett to get that 27 a really good push. He is clear to drop down right now, but I don't know if he'll be able to do so, as the 12 is going to have a little bit of a run coming back into 3. Mike, you got a copy there, bud? Just make sure you're all right.
Yeah, I'm just trying to do back end things at the moment, but let me tell you what, I'm enjoying watching this race though in my peripheral. You know, really great side-by-side racing all the way throughout the field, man.
Yeah, these drivers are doing an absolute phenomenal job. It does start to look like it's getting a little dark out. Potentially could see some lights come on here very shortly if they're not already gone. Oh man, and when you get a moment, please go and mute chat. Be very appreciated there, sir. As we are still side by side for the lead here, about 10 to 12 rows deep at the moment. It looks like we had someone coming out of pits, not quite sure who that was. We'll try to get a look at that here momentarily. But the 12 car doing an absolute phenomenal job. It's Ron Hollifield leading this inside line here, but the 27 of Blake Cannon trying his best to get just another good run, as they did have a pretty decent one a moments ago, but they're getting a really good charge coming down the backstretch. Oh, they pushed so hard there. It almost caused a pile up, but they were able to keep it straight as they're going through 3 and 4 this time. Phenomenal job out of this group of drivers today. As let's do a little update throughout the field. It looks like we have Alex Gate dropping back to that 19th position after the last caution. Blake Beacon working his way up through the field, currently P14. We got Steve Sizemore in 12th, Troy Thomas 11th. We got Kyle Wilson, who was up front earlier at the P10. Chris in a 707 machine working his way up to the field.
Thank you for
P8.
not killing me, 83.
Caution, yellow flag.
And we have a caution.
You guys staying in a little bit, dude. My screen froze for a second. That's why I went below the yellow, guys. Sorry about that.
Scared me for a second, 53. My goodness.
Trying to
you
take a
getting
look and
wrecked,
see
though?
what happened here. It looks like it starts with the 10 car, so
Yeah, you rubbed up against me.
try to hop on board with him as soon as I can get to him.
I apologize if anybody got screwed up on that, but I tried to save as
And
best
we're
I
at
could with
this
not
old
being able to
fashioned
see
way and
shit.
rewind it a little bit here.
No, you did great.
All
Checking
right.
the middle of the back.
Looks like we're coming through 3 and 4 this time. A little bit of a checkup on that inside line. I believe that's Timothy Osborne in that 92 machine. And the 10 car gets into the back of him. It's going to cause the 92 to get loose. So Kirby Wainscott getting into the back of Timothy Osborne here. When Timothy coming back up the track, it's going to unfortunately send Kirby Wainscott up into that 23 machine.
Sorry, Tim.
And we're going to go ahead and take this full speed. So it looks like we have another car coming up and getting involved there as well. About a good 5 or 6 cars involved in that incident. We're going to hop back to the live side of things right now, as I believe the 12 of Ron Hollifield is going to be continuing to keep the lead here. Blake Cannon second. But potentially be looking for a few of these drivers to come down to pit road this time.
Okay, so I went and I made it so that there are no comments allowed, and there's still comments being made.
Well, buddy, now that you don't have to worry about the other thing, you can kind of keep a check on the chat for me, and we'll take care of business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Welcome
Not
back,
a racing
Toasted.
deal,
Sorry
huh?
about that. We had to try to start fresh here, so we were having a little bit of issues.
Yeah, but I'm...
Oh, well, hey, let me fix this overlay as it's not showing up properly here.
Go ahead and go by me. I'm
For some
damaged.
reason.
Adam. I'll just wait. I don't want the black flag.
Oh, stop. Alrighty there, folks. Sorry about that. See if
Did
that
something
looks a
happen with the
little bit
rock
better on
guy?
the stream there.
Yeah, they moved to a different stream due to some bot.
Wow. How do you tell people where to go?
Refresh.
There we go. Sorry about that. Had the timing cut off just a little bit here. But while we're in the caution, Mike, I mean, been a very eventful race. That's a good side-by-side action. A few incidents here and there, but I mean, overall, quite a good action-packed race so far.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This race has been nothing but probably one of our best races that we have seen in a very, very extremely long time. All right, now that I am back, it does show that I cannot view any chat or anything. So again, you guys, I do apologize. I did really hate having to do that because we like it when we get to see our fans, you know, root on their favorite drivers. But maybe we'll try again tomorrow night or tomorrow morning.
It's still working for me, but maybe it's because I haven't refreshed yet, so. And man, I can't wait for it to get completely dark and the lights to be on this track, because all these paint schemes are going to look absolutely beautiful.
Oh yeah, definitely. Once the lights go off here at once the lights go on at Daytona, let me tell you what, these cars become absolutely sensational.
I think one of my favorite nighttime races, though, will still have to be Charlotte Motor Speedway. I don't know what it is about that track, but nighttime races, they're just absolutely, one, it's good racing, two, the paints just look absolutely phenomenal here.
Oh yeah, definitely. And it just, any nighttime racing almost anywhere is just absolutely amazing. You know, you can't go wrong with nighttime racing.
I'll cover you, got to come back by me.
Looks like we got a freckle face saying, "Let's go, Ryan Warp. Appreciate you for stopping by." Sorry we had to switch up a little bit here, everybody. But Pace Truck should be pulling off this time. Austin Sale going to be leading us back to the green with Blake Cannon on the outside. Austin Sale looking for help from Ron Hollyfield in that 12 machine. Aaron Roth looking to help the outside line here. And we're about to be back green flag racing here at Daytona International Speedway. And green flag should be out. Here we go. Back to green flag racing as the outside line actually got a phenomenal restart there. That 27 machine and Blake Cannon did a really good job. So did the 57. They might actually be able to take the lead here coming to the backstretch as the inside line's not quite as warmed up as they are. As you see that 57 all over the back bumper, the 27 coming through 1 and 2 this time. But there is more help on the inside now, so it's going to be a dogfight drag race coming down the backstretch here.
Yeah, these drivers, Blake Cannon and that 57 of Aaron Roth, you know, they're doing absolutely phenomenal holding on to that outside, and here comes the cavalry. That 53 of Joe Bonner. Now we've got a good race once again up here at the front as they exit turn number 2. But let me tell you what, all day so far, that outside lane has absolutely looked absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, but that's probably one of the best restarts I've seen from that outside lane in quite a while. Really, really saw the restart from them.
Sorry, you guys heard that kiddo in the background. Oh, that 300 got off the back bumper there of the 27, so that's going to allow that outside lane to really he can pull down in front of Blake Cannon, And here they come out of turn number 4. That outside lane still has pretty good momentum though. And they will now run side by side with Steve Sizemore to the outside as they come across the start finish line here. And Aaron Roth will lead the lap here at Daytona as we just crossed over into lap 51. Really great side-by-side racing. That 300 slips up a little bit, but he was able to keep it down on the inside. But here comes that number 51 of Blake Veakin. He's up 16 spots since we've gone green flag racing.
And look how close quarters it is between that 57 and 08 as they were coming through 3 and 4 that time. The 08 leaving absolutely no room as he's trying to come down and get every bit of side draft that he can.
Yeah, something that I have learned, you know, in my couple Daytona 500 attempts this week is, man, that side draft is absolute paramount. You know, as of just this last update for iRacing, you know, I never had to really use the side draft before, but man, let me tell you what, now that you can actually have a good feel of the side draft, it makes a big, huge difference for sure.
Yeah, I was doing a little bit of practice for my Daytona 500 league race tomorrow, and I got a really good run on my buddy, and I took it to the outside of him just to show him, and I got really close to his car as I was going by him, and he was like, whoa, the side draft's so much different. He hasn't raced in quite a while.
Yeah, for sure. And these guys just...
a lot of movement out of that 08
close.
machine.
Yeah, Ron Hollifield and the 08 of Steve Sizemore almost made contact getting up into the high banks, but luckily they both were able to get themselves sorted out here as they fly now down the back straightaway. A lot of bumping going on now, trying to get both lines trying to move here.
Yeah, as you see, the 27 was able to drop down, so Blake Cannon right in front of Aaron Roth. And Aaron Roth's going to try to give him the best shove he can coming out of turn 4. And keep in mind, I mean, if you watched any racing here recently with Daytona, that coming out of turn 4 is kind of slick. As you've seen, I believe the third car on line, which would be Austin Sell there, getting a little loose, a little squirrely, as we'd call it.
Yeah, that 300 machine, he's absolutely wicked fast. You know, every time we come out to a restrictor plate race. You know, so I'm expecting to see a lot out of Austin this upcoming season, as he is currently riding on that back. You know, but you know, he knows. I think he knows what he's doing here at Super Speedway. So, you know, definitely keep your eye on that number 300 machine.
For anyone in chat, how is the audio quality? Are you able to hear both of us okay and the cars sound okay?
They can't talk.
I'm still seeing chat messages from people.
What?
But let's go ahead and take a look on back through the field here. Let's hop on board with this 01 machine. Watch about mid-pack here. Or actually, it's about 10th place at the moment. And just watch how much space these guys are leaving for each other here, just in case something does happen. And then we're going to go even farther back. Let's go to about, let's say 18th here. Try to see if we can get another view. So right now we're watching this 111. Kind of like a Hamlin throwback paint scheme there. This is Christopher Allen.
Alright, so I'm quiet and the cats are a tad loud. The cats.
Cats are sleeping, but I can't cut up mic here.
Perfect. I mean, you can call these race cars cats because, man, let me tell you what, they purr so beautifully, you can't complain.
Alright, let me know if that's any better, and I did cut mic up just a tad there. You said the cars are a tad too loud, so we can definitely adjust that as well here. Put that down just a hair. That should be a little better. Oh, we got a big wreck going into one.
Yellow flag is out.
And I believe that started with
I'm
that
gonna need
777 machine? 707 machine of Chris
My bad,
Gosling. We're gonna go back and take a look and see what happened here. Rewind it just a little bit more. A little bit more, a little bit more. All right, we were 3 wide racing here for a moment. Let's try to get a better view.
Blake, are you taking tires?
As you see, it looks like he just... Oh, unfortunately gets turned up into... Can't tell who that is, but just an absolute parking lot coming through 1 and 2. You see Truth Hug, the 111, the 67 involved.
Front seat pit exit.
And just absolute mayhem.
Pace car entering turn 1.
But as you can see here, we're going to keep check on this 707 machine. He is crab walking down the back stretch at the moment, so he has a lot of damage here.
Yeah, definitely very unfortunate. You know, Kirby Wayne Scott was involved in this one again. So this was 2 in a row for Kirby. It looks like Ryan Warp, he went off track. Dana Ryan, Timothy Eisburn, Barry Nelson, Alex Gates. So a good handful of drivers involved in this one as well.
And let's try to get a look at the pit cam here, as we should be able to kind of look at a few cars down here as you see Barry Nelson trying to get into his pit box. You got Alex Gate back here towards the back. His damage not too terrible here, but he probably did use a faster pair, as we just seen.
93, 707's right behind you.
Another, it looks like Stoops might have used a faster pair as well. And a couple more people on pit road.
Crab walking like a madman. Edge up to...
That one's on the 75.
Where you at?
You know, folks, I got to go cut off my voice chat. I apologize about that.
19, are you on your way? Gotta pass me, folks.
Was it planning on,
Just put me to the end of the line then, because it told me to wait on some other people. Give me an EOL, please.
You let the 40.
There we go. Sorry about that. As we're watching our leaders come down to pit road this time. 27 with a very early pit box. You know, he started near the back here. So look for him to be trying to come out in front, as we have about the entire field coming down the pit road this time. I'll try to get a better view. You see that 27 coming out of his pit box there in the back here. Looks like he's going to have someone else. I can't quite tell who that is, but they were able to beat him out. But the overall winner off of pit road is going to be Joe Bonner in that 53 machine. It looked like Robert Morrison at 21 opted to stay out, so it's going to move him up 35 spots here and put him to the lead of this thing. Jonathan Stidham going to be restarting P2 as well, as he potentially stayed out. So we got Robert Morrison, Jonathan Stidham here. Kind of rocking a little bit of the same paint scheme. Very beautiful paint schemes out of these two here. We'll try to get a little bit of a better look. And just another reminder, AmericanTees.com, as they are sponsoring a few of the races throughout the season here. What a perfect plug right here as we're looking at both of these cars. Alrighty, so both of them going to be restarting up here in the front. Let's try to get a view, see what's going on a little farther back here. We're going to have Joe Bonner starting in third. Steve Sizemore going to be starting P4. Blake Beacon P5 right behind him in that 51 machine. We're going to have Blake Cannon P6. Ended up losing a few spots going down to pit stairs. We had a couple people stay out and a couple people just a little bit faster pit stops here. And then, of course, can't count out Aaron Roth in that 57 machine. Always a strong contender. Gonna have the 83 of Colin Wilson here, working his way back up the field, through the field in that cash out machine. As he did kind of fall back a little bit earlier, was running towards the front early in this race.
Sorry about that. I am still here.
So,
Trying to.
quick question: can you adjust your bit rate while you are broadcasting?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's like one of the very few things that you can do, yeah.
So let me. I kind of want to do a little test here. So let's do this and go to that, and let's see if this works. Hopefully that'll make the quality a little better for everybody, as it is a tad bit blurry on my end today. But pace truck should be pulling off this time. Most of the lights are on as we are starting to settle into the night section of this race. But the two America Tees car is going to be leading us to the green flag this time after the pace truck pulls off here. Robert Morris and Jonathan Stidham looking for help from Joe Bonner and Steve Salzbar. All right, pace truck is off, and we are ready to go back green flag racing. Robert Morris going to be leading us back to the green this time. Out to a wonderful jump there, being followed by Joe Bonner on that inside lane, instantly back to his bumper there. But it looks like the 42 of Jonathan Stidham going to try to get that outside lane going here as they're going into 1 and 2. They're almost dead even door to door. Inside lane is going to have a little bit better of a run going through the center of the corner, but here comes the exit as you see Jonathan Stidham in that 42 machine able to get down in front of the 21. Is going to leave the 08 up there to kind of fend for herself at the moment until the 27 Blake Cannon can get to the back bumper.
I'm just listening into the radios. We have a couple people complaining about that last restart. But man, yeah, that outside lane right now, Steve Sizemore, he's taking over the race lead here as he's getting a good push by Blake Cannon in that 27 and that 42 and 21 machine. They're just not able to get moving like everybody else is at the moment. I am looking back now at the last time everybody pit. It looks like Jonathan Stidham last pitted back on lap 47 and Robert Morris back on lap 46 while everybody else pitted lap 58 under this reset caution. So, oh, we got trouble here heading up here into turn number 1. It is the 21 machine.
The yellow flag is out.
Yeah, and we caught that live and in 4K there, folks. So we are going to go back and take another look at it here. Alrighty, 21 behind the 42 at the moment. We're going to look at this slowly. It looks like 53 gets into the back of the 21. That's going to cause the 21 to kind of come down to the apron a little bit, trying to save it. And as he's trying to work his way back up, it looks like 53 got loose as well. And unfortunately, they make a little bit of contact. And that's going to send the 21 back up the track here. He does a really good job of trying to keep it down there. And then here comes the 57 machine. Able to dodge all of it. Here comes the 92 of Timothy Osborne. Unfortunately, into the side of the 21 there. And we're going to go back and take another look at this at full speed. I mean, 21 did an absolutely phenomenal job of not coming back up in front of the entire field there. Unfortunately, Timothy Osborne, possibly thinking he was going to go back up the track, just coming down to the apron to try to avoid it, and was not the right call in that moment.
So I believe that 21 machine now, he's going to come back down pit road. He's going to look, possibly look to get some repairs done on his machine. Wow. I just have my cat clawing at my foot. God, I feel like that 0-1 machine of Dunaway. My cats are always trying to ruin my race, but in this case, my cats are always trying to ruin my broadcast.
Yeah, but it looks like the 0-1 is going to be shit by Jeremy Root here today, which is kind of odd as I'm so used to seeing that Hello Kitty machine.
Yeah. Yeah, so Jeremy Root in that 0-1 machine. Cody Benelli is going to be your lucky dog this time around.
So something I am going to have to work on here for broadcasting purposes is my background noise not picking up through my microphone as much as typically, you know, I go through Discord, so it kind of has a noise cancellation thing built into it.
Well, I mean, that's good at that. You know, we can't hear you.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody wants to sit here and listen to your... Wait, what?
Wait, what?
What?
Talking all that junk?
All that junk inside my trunk. I'm gonna get you drunk.
Chat,
You know,
should we mute him?
You know, we really need to stop turning this into like a mini karaoke session each race. It's just not working out.
Listen, bud, who sings that song? I honestly
Who
don't
sings
know.
that song? Fergie.
Oh, good.
Come on
Let
now.
Fergie sing it then. Alrighty, folks. We should be getting ready to go back double file, I believe, this lap here, as we've had a couple quick cautions back to back, so the race has kind of slowed down a little bit. Starting to see a little bit more aggressive moves and bolder moves here as the race is starting to wind to a close, but it's still got a pretty good ways to go.
Let me see. As far as I know, I was just looking at my Discord settings on my end. You know.
Yeah.
Toasted Cupcake said, burn. I think she was talking to you there, Dakota.
I mean, I'm good at what I do. Anyway, Steve Sizemore gonna be leading us back to the green. Blake Cannon on the outside. I mean, Blake's kind of been up here towards the front of this thing almost the entire time. But don't look now. We got Jonathan Stidham at 28th position starting in P4, and Andrew Tett in 5th here. So them two looking to get, you know, their name up here and brought into the race. But we're gonna take a look back through the field. Let's see. We got Kirby Wainscott currently sitting 12th. We got Austin Sell 13th. Trick Hope 14th. Even farther back, we got, you know, Ryan Wart 17th. Timothy Osborne 22nd currently. Stephen Luttrell 20th. Dana Ryan sitting in 27th, which is kind of surprising for Dana as he typically does pretty good. Joe Bonner currently 25th. A few issues earlier.
Yeah, these drivers definitely have a lot of moving that they need to do, but I mean, we're starting to come down to the nitty gritty here as we're closing in. Let's see, they're getting ready to start lap 65. So, I mean, we still got a little bit of time to go. I believe we still got what? Oh, probably about 60 laps or so left. Yeah, we have just about 55 to 56 laps left. And the pace truck is off here once again. Steve Sizemore, Blake Cannon will bring him back to the green flag, and we are green flag racing once again here at Daytona International Speedway. A good jump there by Steve Sizemore. He's going to go up and get that draft from Blake Cannon as that number 98 machine of Andrew Teft. He's still working to try to get up to speed to get back to the back bumper of Kylan Wilson. But there comes Wilson now all by himself on that inside lane. And now Teft is in his draft. And here they come out of turn number 2. They will now drag race down the back straightaway. As Andrew Teft does, he's going to get right to that back bumper of the 83. And now it's time to make that inside lane start to move. You have one big veteran in Andrew Teff behind that 83 machine. As you see Steve Sizemore coming down to block that 83. As you guys all know, that 08, he knows Andrew Teff. He's like, I see you back there. I'm going to stop your lane. So he's going to drop down in front of Keelan, and he will continue to lead this race as we got bumping in the tri-oval checkup, and everybody's still clear. That 89 machine of Richie Joplin getting all sorts of squirrely in the tri-oval, and that caused Kirby Wainscott have to lift, and I thought that was going to spell disaster again for a couple of these drivers.
You say block, I say the 08's working the lanes here, bud. As you know, typically in super speedway racing, if you got control of both of the lanes, you're sitting in a really good spot.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, that's one of the things that I love about Daytona. You know, we don't call it blocking here. It's like you said, working both lanes, but in all reality, Dakota, it's blocking.
Hey, I mean, I'd block or wreck my old mama for a win, so if it comes down to it, especially Daytona.
Oh, that's it, man. I'd wreck Cupcake for a race win here at Daytona.
That's pretty bad.
I'm just saying.
That's pretty bad.
Hey, I'm just saying. I'll wreck whoever I need to.
You know, you gotta catch Cupcake to wreck Cupcake. Oh, burn. Anyways, Steve Styles still leading us here as the newcomer Colin Wilson in that cash app machine doing a phenomenal job today. As you see him getting to the inside of Steve Sizemore, who came up to block the outside lane, and that is going to end unfortunately there for him.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cars. Yeah, 12 or 13 cars involved in this one.
And unfortunately, it looks like my iRacing decided to have a little bit of issues there during that. But as you can see, Steve Sizemore getting a really good push from the outside as he come up to block it. And it's just going to send him across the nose of the 83. 83 doing everything he can to get that car saved, but unfortunately going to get back into Steve Sizemore. And I believe it's going to send the 83 up the track, possibly here.
Yeah, definitely very unfortunate there for, Steve Sizemore and the newcomer there in that cash app machine.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I'm not able to see the rest of the wreck there as my iRacing decided it just didn't want to show it there. Cupcake says those are fighting words there, bud. But just like that, Andrew Teff up to second place, Blake Cannon up to the lead at the moment. Blake Cannon up 37 spots, man. That's just absolutely phenomenal driving from him. Andrew Teff up 25. Jonathan Stidham up 29. I mean, a lot of these guys, huge movers tonight and doing a phenomenal job here.
Yeah,
goes to
definitely.
show. Oh, sorry about that.
Go for it.
Just goes to show if you're able to stay out of the wreckage and the carnage here, you really sitting in a really good spot as we're coming, towards the second half of this race. This is where the guys want to be, near the front, as things tend to pop off behind them. Ooh, Andrew Teff late coming into the pits there, but able to make it in. As we're gonna watch back to the pit cam here, if I could find it.
I mean, you got to think about it, though, where did this most recent caution happen, though?
Yeah.
Up front, running second. So, I mean, you're not really safe anywhere at Daytona. Unless if you're by your... No, I can't say that because I've had some issues when I was by myself, too. So, I mean, look, you're not safe at Daytona, okay? In the front, yeah, you got a better chance of not getting into it, unless it's the last lap.
I mean, in the front or in the back, I don't like being in the middle of the pack if I can help it. I don't know if you've seen my Daytona 500 attempt or not as I was broadcasting that, but some car decided to stop in the third lane, and I got baited into hitting it as the guy in front of me went up to the third lane and turned down at the last second. And I mean, this car was completely stopped, so I had no time to react. And I drove straight into him there. as we're still on pit drone at the moment. A couple people in here possibly getting some damage fixed, but we're gonna try to hop back onto our leaders here as we get onto Blake Cannon in that 27 machine.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see about bringing somebody up here. Let's see who we got. Who do we got?
You just let me know.
Yeah, for sure. Not many drivers are here down here in chat. Blake Cannon seems to be down here though. Where you at? I just saw your name, Blake. Oh, there you are. All right, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and bring up your race leader of Blake Cannon up here. Hey, Blake Cannon, it's Mike and Dakota up in the booth. Do you got a copy, sir?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, Blake, you've moved up 37 spots since we went green flag. How does that number 27 Toyota feel today?
Feels really good. I can push, I can lead. Just, unfortunate to have to miss qualifying due to some mechanical issues, but we've been very fortunate since the race has gotten started to have a lot of speed and, make a lot of aggressive moves to get up to the front.
Yeah, for sure. You've got a lot of professional drivers behind you, and John Stidham and Adam Squires and Andrew Teft. What's it going to take to hold those guys behind you?
Just gotta be smart. Gotta be smart. Gotta put yourself in the right line. And then just keep your head on your shoulders if you get shuffled out. I mean, anything can happen here at Daytona. So just gotta be smart, pick the right partner, get lucky, and then be aggressive.
Yeah, absolutely. And Dakota, before we get back green, do you have any questions for him?
No, sir. Just good luck, and hope to, see you back up here for interviews after the race, man. Keep up the good
Thank
work.
you, man. I just want to shout out LNG Power Sports for all they do, and thank you guys. And hopefully we'll be standing on top of the podium at the end of it.
Yes, sir. We'll see you hopefully at the end, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was your race leader, Blake Cannon, as the pace truck is getting ready to pull off. Let's go back green flag racing here at Daytona.
Yeah, speaking of Blake Cannon, going to be leading us back to the green this time. Out to a pretty good jump, it looks like. But the 42 and 35 to a dead stalemate here. 42 is going to have the help of Andrew Teft a little sooner, but Andrew drops down to the inside, and just like that, 42 is kind of left out to dry until he can get some more help to his back bumper.
Yeah, Jonathan Stidham's starting to fall back in that outside lane, but now he's got help from that 707 of Chris Gottsel. But right now they're fighting all the way back to that third spot. But Andrew Teft in that inside lane, he's going to do whatever it takes to keep those guys still side by side with him. But unfortunately right now it looks like Stidham might have a little bit of run here heading into turn number 3. But once Teft gets right back behind that 35 machine, it's going to get crazy.
Did you say crazy? I was crazy once. They locked me in a room, a rubber room. Sorry. Anyways.
Yeah. I mean, you've got to be in a rubber room if you're going to race at Daytona. I mean, racing 200 miles an hour, beating doors on each other. That 35 get way loose out of turn 2. You got to be crazy to race here at Daytona, and I'm pretty sure everybody has been in a rubber room at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah, and I'd say out of the newer stock cars, the Xfinity car is probably one of the hardest ones to drive here, especially when it comes to pushing.
Oh, absolutely. And these race cars here, whoa, one car way sideways in the triangle. I believe that was the 5 of Brandon Puffenbarger. He got big sideways coming across the start-finish line. But you know, as you were saying, yes, these are probably some of the hardest cars to drive because their fenders don't line up whatsoever. And but when you're
Yes.
trying to push, it's not going to work out very well.
Yeah, the next gen of the trucks have a little bit flatter front bumper, I would say. Ooh.
The 707, something happened and we got a crash. The 36, no, wait, hold on to it. 4 wide at Daytona. Still 4 wide. How the hell did they not crash?
All right, folks, I hate to do it, but we're rewinding here. We're going to take another look at this as we missed quite a bit of action there. All right, as you keep your eyes on that 36 leading the top lane here as he gets really loose, comes down into the 83. They come back up the track. 36 into the wall, 83 into the wall. They're 4 wide. 83 comes back down and gets loose again, and somehow they're able to keep that straight and going. That was absolutely amazing heads-up driving from these guys to keep that straight. But back to the live side of things here, as the front pack, I believe the front 8 have pulled away.
Yeah, it looks like the front 9 has, yeah, front 8, yeah. Hurry, catch them. You know, if that second pack, you know, if they are to get single file real quick here, you know, they'll be able to catch this front pack with no problem.
Yeah, and
As
I mean,
right now, they're only running 2 by 2 at the moment, so they really need to get a bigger group together. Now that 0-1, Jeremy Root and Blake Beacon are finally tagging up with the 353. So this 4-car tandem, these guys are going to be able to do something, but it looks like Joe Bonner doesn't want to stay behind that 300 machine at the moment.
yeah, but this front 8 could kind of stay single file and actually push pretty decent. We got right under just a little over 30 laps to go here. I believe about 33 to go this time. So it's coming down to possibly a fuel stop. And if they can stay together and work together and they all pit at the same time, they're in a really good spot to race it out for the end here, if pending any cautions.
Yeah, definitely. These guys definitely got to pit at least one more time before the end of this. So right now, you know, if they were smart, they would just ride it out as is, get to that pit stop. That's what my dog has to say about that.
Yeah,
get to the pit stop,
Mhm.
and, you know, then battle it out. But if you get all crossed up and crashing before that pit stop, well, you're just going to take yourself out of the race.
That is true, and we got a pretty good shot coming down the backstretch there of the 3 different packs. You got this pack, you got a pack of like 4 cars, and then you got a huge pack coming up behind them here. I don't really want to use the tower, but we will here for a moment so we can keep a check on this battling going on back here. So you see about 13th place is almost 8 to 9 seconds back, and then up here about 9th, which is that 4-car pack I was talking about, they're about 4.5 seconds back. So let's keep a check on that and see how these guys are up to closing the gaps here before pit stops, as it does look like that bigger pack towards the back is starting to fall back even further. It looks like they're battling it out, as I believe Allen just passed Burke there.
Yeah, I was just actually looking at it as Mikey Allen. He is making his way around the outside of Burke. You know, this isn't doing these guys any good. This is actually slowing them down. So these guys really, really need to, you know, get themselves in a line, stay single file, stop trying to pass each other. As you see that, who is that?
So we're going to take a look here at this 3rd pack.
67. Okay, one, Dana Ryan, there we go. Dana Ryan, he just made a move on Mikey Allen. You know, so this isn't helping them anymore. Robert Morrison at 21, he really needs to get down to, you know, single file, because as of right now, this is just absolutely killing their momentum.
Yeah, and with this being about a 7-car pack, they should be able to catch up to that 4-car pack in front of them. And once they got hooked up to them, they would really be able to catch up to the leaders, as the 4-car pack's really not losing all that much time to the leaders right now. So they need to get this sorted out and in a very quick hurry here. And we are going to hop on board with the 4-car pack being led by Joe Bonner here at the moment, that 53 machine. They're doing an absolute phenomenal job at minimizing how much time they're losing to the leaders here.
Yeah, Joe Bonner and company of Jeremy Root, Blake Beacon, Austin Sale, and now the 83 machine, who is a lap down, but that's Kylan Wilson, very strong early on. He has tagged on to this 4-car group, and now that makes 5. And so as long as these 5 can stay together, they're going to start pulling up to the back end of that group in front of them.
Yeah, possibly here, but they are doing, you know, they are losing a little bit of time, but anything in the front pack could happen, and they'd be able to gain quite a bit here. It looks like a lot of these guys back here have rear-end damage in the second group, but we're going to hop back again to the third group and see how they're faring, as it looks like they finally got single filed out here and might be able to make up a little bit of time to the second group, which will help them tremendously here. But these guys need to get a little bit tighter as they're kind of spread out.
Yeah, we've got now 30 laps to go here at Daytona, and they're pretty much spread out like you said. So right now, you know, like I said, if these guys just maintain position, get to that pit stop, which, you know, the window should be opening here within the next 5 laps. So if they can get to the next 5 laps, pull it down, no speeding, no issues, pull back out, then they can race it for the end.
Yeah, but we did hop back on board with our leaders here to see if there's any kind of mistake out of these guys, but they're doing an absolute phenomenal job at the moment of keeping this line formed up and, you know, keeping their lead here, which is going to benefit them in the closing laps after we have our last and final pit stop here.
Yeah, I'm actually taking a look at it now. That second pack, they have lost just about almost a half second the last 2 laps. And that third pack, they're saying roughly 12 seconds back, but they're kind of maintaining their own back there. They're as I say that, of course, they start to slip now.
Yeah, let's hop back on board with that third pack here being led by Dana Ryan. They're just really not getting formed up good enough. I mean, honestly, they should be able to catch up to this second pack here if they work together, but they're just kind of looks like they're wanting to race more than they are to work together.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely see, you know, Dana Ryan and Steve Sizemore, you know, they're staying right there on that yellow line, staying single file for the most part, you know, but everybody else, like that 21, you know, Robert Morris, he's not right on the back bumper of the 08. So he's actually costing the guys behind him. As you see that opening just absolutely go from, you know, 3 car lengths to probably about 10 car lengths now. So he's really got to, you know, get himself all back in order here, you know, and stay on that yellow line. That's what all these guys back here really need.
Yeah, and it's kind of looking like they're trying to fuel save back here a little bit now that I think about it, but I don't think they're going to be able to make it to the end of the race here. I really think they have at least one more pit stop. But we're going to hop back on board here towards the front as we got a car down on the apron and one up towards the wall here. I believe 2 lap cars. Wayne Scott, I think possibly. Who that was Kirby back there? Believe
That'd be David Stoops in that 85 machine.
David Stoops in the 85 machine. So both of these guys doing a good job to get out of the way as they do have a little bit of damage here, but back on board with their leaders and just still single filed out, doing a phenomenal job pulling away from the field.
Yeah, this is definitely what this front pack absolutely wants to keep watching, as, you know, they've gained another half second, you know, away from that second pack. So, you know, these guys are doing a really good job here, you know, in this front, what is it, 8 cars.
Yeah, but one thing that I will say about the second pack here is that the more lap cars that the leaders go around, that's more cars that can catch in their group here and potentially even give them a better chance to catch up, as the third pack is just still falling back here.
The 01 Havenda coming up the track as they are approaching the 2 lap down cars, the second pack. David Stoops, he actually went down and blocked the inside lane when Kirby Wainscott went up high, and now he drops down to the bottom, and now the 10 is just going attached to this group of 5 back here, and as long as Kirby Wainscott can stay attached, it's going to make it for 6 cars here.
Yeah,
unfortunately, it does look like he's falling back.
That did absolutely kill that momentum of that second pack there. I'm sure they had a few choice words for that one
Yeah.
vehicle there, but you
Yeah,
know,
you could say that. You could
no
say that.
no wrecks involved. So unfortunately, Kirby Wayne's got quite a bit of damage. I don't think he's gonna be able to keep up with that second pack there, unfortunately. But looking back at here at the third pack, we're gonna watch how they fare around these lap cars once they get caught up to them here very shortly. Oh, 01 getting really loose in the middle of 3 and 4. Oh, sorry, the 1 getting really loose.
As they are now approaching that 85 Davis Stoops, they're going to go easily right around the outside here. Let's see. I'm sorry, that'd be the 93 of Sean Burke. He just had a little hiccup there. That kind of separated this third pack here. So here they come now. They're finally getting themselves back to order, and next up on the chopping block is going to be Kirby Wainscott for that third pack.
And another update on the second pack here. After that little issue with the lap traffic, they did lose about another 2 seconds and out from 6 to 8 seconds, but they're still maintaining the gap at the best that they can. You know, the cars they have here, but these leaders are just doing an absolute phenomenal job. I can't say anything else about them. They're not really battling for any position. They haven't the past, what, 15 to 20 laps almost now. They're just keeping it single file and relaxing.
Exactly, as the leader, or this third pack has finally caught up to Kirby Wainscott, and Wainscott, he's going to stay high, let him go by. But yeah, I mean, that coming back to your front pack here, I mean, they're doing everything right. And they're doing exactly what I said that they should do. Stay in the line. Get to that final pit stop. Because that right there is what will get you to the end of the race and for a shot to win here at Daytona. So they're definitely doing pretty good. And I believe that pit window should be open.
Yeah, and then another thing on top of that, you know, that's less cars you have to deal with and battle with coming to the finish. So giving you an even better shot to have a chance to win this thing. And yeah, pit window should be open. They should be able to make it from here, so at any point in time, someone could come down. Yeah, I imagine this whole front group should come down together. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I just got word that Dana Ryan, their crew is up on the wall. So looks like the one car is coming in this time, along with Sean Burke.
Yeah, it looks like the rest of the group did not come with them, so them two are going to be by themselves. Dana Ryan having almost a little bit of issues coming down to the pits as he got in the grass just a hair. It's only going to be him and that 223 machine.
Yeah, it's definitely good to have another driver with you, though, you know, down here on pit road, because when you guys come up to speed, you know, that's going to make this even better. And, you know, they can actually do something, unlike in the trucks or even in the Cup Series. Two cars can work a lot better, you know, than being by yourself, but they hold more speed, I should say, when it's all said and done.
Yeah, it's still going to be a, what's the word I'm looking for, an uphill battle for these two, though, as they can carry more speed with just them two, but it's going to be hard to beat an 8-car pack. As you see them coming off pit road behind our leaders here at the moment. I actually might be able to attach to the second pack here, which will help them quite a bit, but it's still going to be a struggle bus, as they're going to have to do a full lap to get around the leaders here, or to even potentially get caught up once the leaders do decide to pit.
Yep, and I list. Oh, so something happened back here in the second pack. They kind of got all discombobulated coming out of turn number 4. But
we could rewind and take a look at it if you'd like.
But as I was getting ready to say, the 42 machiner, Jonathan Stidham, he's needing to come and make his way down pit road here soon. And as of right now, he's going to be pitting all by himself.
Yeah, I believe Jonathan Stidham during the last caution did not go down for fuel, so I mean, it'd be smart and wise of this group up here in the front to pit with them if they can, but at the same time, they do have the numbers that if everyone else is able to stay out longer, they will be fine.
Yeah, for sure.
Man, what an eventful race has been. We've had a few cautions and all that, but I went from side-by-side racing to just an absolute heck of a save earlier in order for this to happen here. And it just split the field up. Now we're just seeing a little bit different side of racing here. As we got a lot of people working together that normally would be battling really hard to get to the lead.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just taking back here at that third pack, or maybe it's the fourth pack now. 1, 2. Yeah, I think I might be in about the fourth pack at the moment. You know, they're kind of arguing right now about who's going to go where, and they've really got to get themselves figured out on where they want to be.
And don't look now, it looks like the leaders are coming up on David Stoops again in the 85 machine, so you don't have to hope he's able to get out of their way, and these guys are opening around.
Oh, crash. Back straightaway, 2 cars out. The 53 and the 1.
As we're going to try to get on board here, it looks like 53 Joe Bonner, as he mentioned. Unfortunately, I don't think the caution did come out. Oh, I have to get another look at that. That was... Try to get a better view here. All right, looks like he gets a really good push, and it's going to send him up into the wall, and unfortunately going to send 2 cars down to the apron. I don't think any of them hit the wall there. Maybe Joe Bonner in that 53 machine, but unfortunately, the race is going to stay green here.
Yeah, Joe Bonner definitely got heavy damage there. But, here we go. All right, so Stidham, he's now coming back out onto the track.
Hopefully he's able to get the pack of cars here very shortly, as this is potentially going to put him a lap down here and not having any help.
And I've got a couple drivers saying that they feel like there's debris down over in turn 4. So we're going to have the racers' lead officials go over to turn 4, see what's going on. Real quick, I just want to point out, we do have a few drivers that have exited out of the race. We've got Troy Thomas, he is out. Terry Fennell, Timothy Eisburn, Frank Chavez, Truth Hoke, Christopher Allen, Cody Benelli, Richie Joplin, Patrick Millett, Kevin Haas, they all retired. Barry Nelson, Alex Gates retired as well. So we have a good handful of drivers here who have retired. Pete Pinelli, he is one of them as well.
Well, real quick, let's take a moment and see if I can find my crank it up here, because I would like to take a moment and let everybody listen to the call and see the Xfinity O'Reilly cars today.
For a brief second.
All right. Alrighty, folks, we'll be right back. Alrighty, sorry about that, folks. So we are back just in time to see a little bit of pissed off action. So we're gonna hop down to, the pits here, and let's take a look, see what everyone's doing. Looks like a no tire stop for our who was our leader, Blake Cannon here, and a lot of no tire stops for everyone else. So just gonna get top up on fuel and run the last 20 laps out here, as this group has been working phenomenally well together. But Andrew Teth taking over the lead, as I believe he stayed out here.
Yep, so far Andrew Teft, he has stayed out. And I believe the top 8 still need to come down pit road now. So the 67 Mikey Allen just shouted out. He's pitting, and Andrew Teft, he is now down on pit road.
Yeah, it looks like Andrew Teft, Aaron Roth, and I believe Brandon Puffenbarger coming down pit road, all going to try to work together. As that's only going to be a 3-car pack there. That is going to hand the lead over to the 300 machine of Austin Sale. Jeremy Root going to be taking over second. Blake Vick third. So we're going to pull back up our time tire here. That way everyone is able to see the gap between our leaders and everyone else here. As you see, we got Aaron Roth, Andrew Teth, Mike Allen, and Robert Morris on pits at the moment. I believe Aaron Roth and Andrew Teth coming off pits with possibly the 5 machine to bring it. And I think this group of 5 should still need to pit here, as it kind of... Not sure how many more laps they're going to be able to go here, but possibly looking to make up a little bit of time, as they are kind of grouped up.
Yeah, so your top 3 of Austin Sale, Jeremy Root, and Blake Beacon, they still need to come down pit road, but they do have a company and a couple lap down cars here, including the 83 machine of Kylan Wilson. He pitted back on lap 75, so it wouldn't be terrible if that 83 were to come down with your race leaders.
But pending them coming out pits, it looks like the 12 machine of Ron Hollifield is going to be your leader once they do come down to pits. So, absolute phenomenal job out of him. And we're going to go on board with Andrew Teft to see where they cycled out of pits. It looks like he's going to be in about that 8th spot, as he did kind of get grouped back up with that original pack of cars he was with there. As you see a little bit of side-by-side action out of these this group here.
Yep. Really good, strong pushing going on right now. Ron Hollifield leading that outside lane, getting good push here by Blake Cannon. And that 75, Stoney Benfield, he's back there. Adam Squires, Aaron Roth, Andrew Teft, he's back here. As well as that 36 is a lap down, I believe.
Yeah, and this is potentially going to be your battle for the win here, unless a caution does come out, and I mean, that could potentially put Austin Sale up here towards the front.
definitely. And Austin Sale. Austin Sale, he is still out here with Jeremy Root and Blake Veek, and
Alrighty, folks, we're getting ready to cross the line for 15 to go this time, so it's time to tighten your seatbelts and get ready for some racing action. As before too long, this single file, group of cars here is probably going to start racing pretty hard, as they've got a pretty wealthy gap to P11 of Jonathan Stidham, almost 20 seconds, I believe, to the next pack of cars. But still need to work together to try to catch this lead group just in case they don't have to pit.
are you talking about the group with Austin Sale or the group with Teft in it?
The group with Tiff, the ones that's about to take over the lead, they're probably going to start battling really hard here, but they're potentially looking to catch up to Austin Sale here just to make sure that he's not able to do any trickery, in pits, or, possibly even make it without having to pit. I've seen wilder things before, bud.
I definitely know that you have, and as the race leaders hit up here in the high banks of 3 and 4, that 21 he's staying out pretty high, and yeah, these guys out front are still staying out.
Yeah, they're either going to stretch the fuel as far as they possibly can to try to get the shortest pit stop possible, or hope for a caution even. Or they might be able to make it all the way. We never know here on the Racers Elite Network. I mean, there's some people that are really amazing at saving fuel. I've seen...
Well, they would have to go 52 laps, and that's just not going to make it. They're going to have to come down pit road.
Hey, after that truck race where the guy literally cut his truck off a lap early, coasted, cut it back on the last lap, and passed somebody for a win because they ran out of fuel, I'm not going to put it past anything.
All right, that's fair.
I mean, that was one of the most miracle wins I'd ever seen in my life, especially on iRacing here. As you see, it looks like that 83 machine trying to work to the outside to get around, I believe it's Jonathan Stidham in the 42 and the 45 machine of Ryan Warp.
Yeah. Definitely not where those guys would like to be. Ryan Warp and Stidham are two of our best restrictor plate drivers out here. They just got caught up, unfortunately, and a couple wrecks, and that's just caused them to slow down just a little bit. But right now, their race leaders are having troubles right now trying to get around these lap cars, as they are kind of holding them up at the moment.
Well, I can tell you one thing: the race leaders are not trying to save any fuel here, so. They are absolutely trying to get around. I believe that's the Austin Sale on the outside trying to get around the 83. And then we got the 45 of Ron Warp on the inside here. And Austin Sale giving that 83 a little bit of a bump coming into 1 and 2 that time. Maybe to let them know, hey, I'm here. I'm trying to go forward.
Yeah, Austin Sale, he's actually falling back to the back of this pack, and Jeremy Root in that 01 machine, he's now taking over the race lead up here in the high banks of 3 and 4, and now he's got to try to make his way back towards the front, as we are waiting to find out when these drivers will indeed come down pit road.
Yeah, and we got Joseph Bonner in the chat saying, let's go LNG Power Sports. Appreciate you for stopping by, man. So, I've been doing a little bit of math in my head here, right?
Right.
The second pack here being led by Cannon in that 27 machine, they were about 28 seconds back, currently about 21. So if somehow these guys are able to save the fuel, run it a little slower, I don't think that second pack could catch them in the next 10 laps. I mean, they've not really been making up a bunch of time. As I say that, you see the time kind of shooting up there. But I still believe these front three are going to have to pit, as we got the 300 of Austin Sale hitting the wall.
And now I'm starting to wonder if these race cars are starting to get a little bit tight and push out of the corners in the draft.
That is a little possible there.
I'm seeing some members start scrambling down here on pit road. Let me find out who it is. Yeah, it looks like it's the 51 team of Lake Beacon. They're getting gloves on, so we're going to expect Beacon to come down here in the next couple of laps.
Now, as we're going to try to keep an eye on Beacon here to watch his pit road entry. As you see him and the other leaders coming down, he's braking really hard. Oh, they're getting squirrely. Almost went around, able to save it. Heck of a job out of them two. Both of them almost went around, but that should be handing the lead over here to Blake Cannon in his 27 machine, and we're 9 to go currently, so things are about to get intense as they really have no one behind them to worry about. It's just this one group of cars here.
You know, unfortunately, that will turn the race over to Blake Cannon and company as they come across start-finish line and down the short chute back up into turn 1. Blake Cannon and Adam Squires in the 2735, they will take over the first, second spots. But Stoney Benfield and Aaron Robb, they're right behind them. And Andrew Teft, he's maybe sitting there in that 5th spot at the moment, but you can expect him to make a move here late in the race.
Yeah, and I mean, Blake Cannon's starting, about 37th? Almost dead last here, all the way up to first. Adam Squires up 17 positions, and I mean, he's doing a phenomenal job himself here. A lot of these guys started in the back. Andrew Teft included, up 22 spots. We got Stoney up 8 spots. Chris up 10 spots. I mean, Blake Beacon currently up 13. So.
Yeah, I'm looking here at the top 5. There's only one driver that has lost positions, and that's Aaron Roth, who started over in that 3rd spot. So he's been up front a good majority of the day. So he's looking for another shot here in the O'Reilly Series. Here at Daytona, as they will hit the banking of 3 and 4 once again.
Yeah, and it looks like Austin Sale just lost about 3 positions, getting past McMahon instead of Robert Morris and Sean Burke back there for P10, 11, and 12. So not sure what's going on with that 300 machine, but might be down on a little bit of power there. So we have about 3 groups of cars again. It looks like the top 7, and then we got Root and Beacon, 2-car tandem there. It looks like Jonathan Stidham all the way down to 13th place of Austin Sale, trying to catch up to them, potentially get 10 spots. But I mean, it's really going to come down to these 7 drivers up here in the front, as we currently have 7 laps left to go, getting ready to cross the line for 6 this next time by. And be prepared, as Mike is probably going to be pretty loud, folks, as I'm the one controlling the volume today, and it's probably not set very great, as he's going to get very excited here shortly.
That is crazy. We are coming down to, what, 6 laps to go now?
Yep, 6 to go. I'm ready for you to get all excited and follow the end of this thing like you typically do. You do a wonderful job at it.
Yeah, you guys might want to turn down your speakers because it's about to get real here.
Yeah, turn them down or get them blown.
Next time by, we will have 5 laps to go. That 75 is Stoney Benfield. He is starting to make his way to the front of this field. He is now alongside your race leader of Blake Cannon. Both of these drivers looking to bring home a win here in Racers Elite, as they will come out of turn 4 side by side for that race lead. And at the line, it is going to be Blake Cannon will lead that lap, it looks like, in that number 27 machine. As of right now, they are still side by side here with 5 laps to go. Blake Cannon, Stoney Benfield, they are leading their respective lines. The 35, Adam Squires. The 57, Aaron Roth. Both well-known drafting people here in Racers Elite. They know how to get the job done. Then you have the 98 of Andrew Teft, probably one of the best restrictor plate racers in the league, minus Kensley Smith, who is not here with us tonight. he is still in striking distance, the third car on the inside. So it is still anybody's game. Up into the bankings of 1 and 2 here once again. Flying out of turn 2. That inside lane starting to move forward now. As that 27, he can now go up and jump in front of that 75 if he wishes. But no, he's going to stay right there on the inside lane. He's not going to play that game of blocking both lanes. He's just going to stay right there as Squires gets mega loose into turn number 3. But that does not slow down their momentum here on the exit of 4. Into the tri-oval now. 3 laps to go for Blake Cannon and that number 27 machine. Now that outside lane starting to get formed up a lot better. Here they come around the outside. Stoney Benfield trying to get a good push from that 57, but the 57, he is laying back here just a little bit. He really needs to get onto the back bumper of Benfield. But 707 of Gotzel, he is now trying to use that side drive to that outside lane. Not able to work it, but now coming through turns 3 and 4, that 75 machine, he's still trying to make it on the outside of Teft, coming to the line. 2 laps to go now. It is still anybody's race here in the top 7. I'm sorry, top 6, I should say. Up into the bakings of 1 and 2 here once again, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to get intense. Will Adam Squires keep pushing the 27? Or will he try to make a run to the outside? As of right now, that 75 getting a really good push out of Roth, as they will now run side by side with second place. Once again, Squires gets a little squirrely in turn 3, and that's going to slow up that inside momentum just a little bit. But here they come out of turn number 4. Coming back to the start-finish line. The white flag is up in the air. The 35 gets squarely. Oh, we got trouble behind him. Roth. He's sideways. 3 wide heading up here to turn 1. Andrew Teft, he gets bounced back. Blake Cannon, Stoney Benfield now duking it out for that top spot. However, that 75's got the number 1 machine of Dana Ryan behind him, pushing him. And now he's looking to try to help that 75 machine run for the race win. But as of right now, that 35 Adam Squires, he is pushing the 27 machine. He will make him clear out of turn number 4. Here they come. Will he try to block that 75 machine out of the turn 4? He will go up the block. The 75 will not be able to make it. Ladies and gentlemen, Blake Cannon will be your race winner here at Daytona. Second is going to be Adam Squires, but Stoney Benfield, he will make it in second. That is your top 3. What an incredible
but the rest ain't over yet. We got to hop on board Jonathan Stidham in the 8th place as they're still battling it out back here, coming to the white flag. 3 and 4 this time. Jonathan Stidham leading this group. The 21 on the outside. Both are sponsored by the same AmericaTees.com. Oh.
And here they come out of turn number 4. Contact. The 42 gets turned up. The 21 hard into the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars involved. Jeremy Root, he will come home in 9th. Jonathan Stidham will bring it home 10th. Blake Beacon will bring it home 8th.
And boy, am I glad I switched back there when I did. Because we just got to see a heck of a show there. Let's actually rewind and take another look at that there. As try to get a look and see what happened. It looked like someone tried to send it up the middle. Unfortunately, gets into the 42 and the 21. It's going to send 21 up into the wall and just an absolute parking lot there. But one car made it through. I believe that is the 51 machine of Blake Beacon, unscathed from that entire ordeal. But we're going to hop back on board with Blake Cannon, who's absolutely burning it down right now, enjoying his Daytona win. And this is going to be some big momentum if he's racing tomorrow for the Daytona 500, or what would it be considered, Daytona 400?
Yeah, this is definitely going to be an absolute beautiful preview of what is to come tomorrow morning right here at the World Center of Racing for the Racers Elite Sunday Series. And let me tell you what, we are super stoked to get things underway tomorrow. But first, we're going to have to talk with our race winners here.
Well, real quick, let's go ahead and go over the race results. Blake Cannon going to be bringing home the victory for today. Tony Benfield second, Adam Squires third. We're going to have Chris fourth, Aaron Ross fifth, Ron Hollifield sixth, Andrew Test seventh, Blake Vicken eighth, Jeremy Root's going to be ninth, Jonathan Stidham 10th, Austin Sill 11th, Robert Morris 12th, Sean DeBerg 13th, Dana Ryan 14th, Stephen Luttrell bringing it home 15th, Colin Wilson is going to bring home 16th, Ryan Warp 17th, Brandon Puffenberger 18th. Give me one moment here. There we go. 19th is going to be Mike Allen. David Stoops bringing it home 20th. Mike Fudge 21st. Kirby Wingscott 22nd. Steve Sizemore 23rd. Joe Bonner 24th. Cody Benelli 25th. Richie Joplin 26th. Frank Chavez 27th. And Christopher Allen 28th, which I believe is rounding out your field here. That is not rounding out the field. There we go. Drew Toke 29th. Timothy Osborne 30th. 31st is going to be Terry Fennell, Alex J. Gates, 32nd, Troy Thomas, 33rd, Barry Nelson, 34th, Patrick Millette, 35th, Kevin Haas, 36th, 37th is going to be Pete Bellini, and 38th is going to be Andrew R. Moore. I believe that will round out the field there with Andrew 38th. So now, man, I mean, heck of a race here. You ready for some interviews?
That I am, but as of right now, I don't think I see anybody here. Let me see if I can find them.
Well, we got Adam Squires in the waiting room.
Oh, Adam Squires, yeah, he's our third place. We'll go ahead and bring him up, and we'll start with Adam. Hey, Adam, it's Mike and Dakota up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Adam, what an incredible run out of you, up 16 spots since the green flag, and walk us through that final lap. What was going through your brain?
Well, how I was gonna get past the 27, and I knew I was gonna struggle really without, unless the outside got a big enough run that he had to block it and it checked the outside line up, and I was really kind of stranded. But my plan was always to stay with the 27 until the white flag, and then hope that he would move up to block, which he did. But unfortunately, I never got any help behind at the right time to push me clear inside of him, so I could race him to the line. So really, I was just stuck on the bottom. But it is what it is. It's P3. I'll take that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely Daytona is one of those hard tracks coming to the start finish line, because if you don't got help, there's not much that you can do. But man, either way, it's still a good day here at Daytona for you. Dakota, do you have any questions here for Adam?
Man, Adam, we really haven't seen you race here recently. Are you going to be probably more active in the coming weeks with the new season starting and all, or?
So I've had some problems with my network. Tonight is the first race I've done on iRacing for a couple of months now. So they've done some work on my line finally. Tonight was to test it. No complaints from anybody about me blinking. So fingers crossed we should all be good. So based on that, I'll probably enter the Sunday league, which starts tomorrow. So yeah, hopefully you'll be seeing a lot more.
That's good to hear, man. Is there anyone you want to thank or shout out for your third place finish today?
Just thanks to my competitors, thanks to you guys, thanks to Race Control and Andrew for putting this on. It's fun, and yeah, see you guys around.
We always appreciate you for stopping by, man, and heck of a job on your P3 finish. But we'll go ahead and let you go so you can celebrate, and we'll see you possibly tomorrow.
Cheers, take care.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, driver of that number 35 Toyota Adam Squires. Let's go ahead and bring up your runner-up, Stony Benfield. Stony, this is Mike and Dakota up in the booth. You got a copy?
I do, Mike. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Doing pretty good, bud. Man, what a wicked machine you had in that number 75 machine. You're out up front most of the back end of the race here. How was that number 75 machine? And man, is there anything you could have done any different trying to get around that Blake Cannon driver?
Well, it's just the way it falls. you know, we got behind there, got a penalty, and had to drive through the field a couple times. And the car was really good, and you know, trying to get a run on the outside, and it's just hard here, man.
Yeah, definitely. And I was actually just telling Adam, just Daytona and Talladega, those are just two of the tracks. If you just don't really have help, it's kind of one of those, well, dang if you do, dang if you don't. And but I
That's right.
mean, you're able to drive through the field a couple times and come bring it home second, so that still must be pretty good. And I think this is the first time that we've actually seen you here in Racers Elite. Uh, are you planning on staying with us throughout the upcoming seasons?
But we'll just see what happens. I'm not sure yet. I race several leagues and I race about every night. To be honest with you, and I saw this one open tonight, so I thought I'd jump in. But anyway, it was fun. Good leagues, looks like.
Yeah, we definitely always have a good time here at Racers Elite. And well,
Good.
congratulations on your second spot, Dakota. Do you got any questions for Mr. Stoney?
Man, I mean, like you said, a battle of adversity there, driving through the field a couple times. I mean, just heck of a job on your P2 finish, but I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I mean, you got anyone want to shout or thank out any sponsors?
I do, man. I got like several sponsors that help us tonight. I've got K&L Express Trucking on the car, a friend of mine, just trying to help him out a little bit. Kenny Lunsford, and wanted to run his logo. But my normal sponsors are NC811.org, and I thank them for all the help they give us. And then Cook's Landscaping Group is another one. They're actually not on the car tonight, but they help us too. But most of all, man, I'm a Christian and a pastor. I'll be preaching tomorrow, so I thank the Lord Jesus for a second place win. I'm at Prospect Baptist Church in Albemarle, North Carolina. ProspectBaptist.com if anybody's interested.
I might check
Heck
that
yeah, and
out. I
that's
don't think I'm too far from there, honestly. I'm in North Carolina myself.
Yeah, I'm over near Charlotte. Where are you from?
I'm a little up north, about 40 minutes towards Surrey, so I'm not too far from you.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Well, appreciate the broadcast tonight, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, not a problem, man. But you have a good day and congratulations on your P2 finish again, sir.
Thank you, buddy. See you now.
See you
God
now.
bless.
all right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, driver of that number 75
Mm.
Ford. Let's go ahead and bring in your race winner, driver of that number 27 Toyota, Blake Cannon. Blake, this is Mike and Dakota up in the booth. Do you got a copy?
Yeah, man, I got you.
Blake, what an incredible run out of you today. You came up 37 spots to bring home. You practically started dead last, my man. And how did it feel driving up through the field, avoiding all those chaos wrecks? And how are you feeling about bringing it home with the race win?
And it feels really good. I knew once if I could get some guys to go with me on the green flag pit stop, I was going to be in a pretty good position, and then just execute the pit stop and not get speeding penalty, anything like that. So once that got out the way, I figured I had a good chance. But I got to shout out. Let's see. I got to shout out Adam Squires. He pushed me from the before the pit stop and after pit stop. So I got to shout out to him. This win was pretty much all due to him.
Yeah, Adam Squires is definitely one heck of a pusher on restrictor plates. So, you definitely had a good driver behind you there, and all the way up to Andrew Teft as well. Um, you know, he's also a really good pusher, and man, just what an incredible drive out of you today. Glad to see you out here. And Dakota, do you got any questions for Blake before we let him go?
Yes, I do. I mean, I didn't ask anybody else, but what was going through your head there when we ended up getting three different packs due to, I believe, an incident about 30 or what was it, about 40, 50 laps left in the race, and everyone kind
Yeah,
of got
easy.
spread out there?
Yeah, man. With the being hit or miss throughout the race, I wouldn't have expected everybody to get single file and split up with 50 to go. I thought it would have got worse. And then the caution before that, I didn't come down like a lot of guys did, the top off, because I was like, man, it's not going to be worth it. We're going to have another caution. I'll just get it then. And then, sure enough, my luck, we go green. And then, it was getting close. And I knew them guys behind me had more fuel than I did. So, in all reality, they could have just made me pit by myself. And, it would have been one less guy in that lead group. But thankfully, a lot of them guys chose to go with me. And, that was really where it counted was making all them friends before we came on pit road.
It is very true. Most of the battle at super speedway, especially if you don't have a team, is just making friends and being sure you got people you can trust, especially when it comes down to situations like that where you got a pit and such. But I mean, heck of a job out of that whole front group, and then heck of a job out of you to get this win tonight. Is there anyone you want to shout out, or any sponsors or anything, sir?
Yeah, I just want to shout out Joseph Bonner. He brought me on at LNG Power Sports probably a couple months ago now, and man, it's been a hell of a match, and I appreciate all them guys over there for allowing me to drive for them, and also Roadhouse Motorsports. They do a lot for me as well. Tom Wetmore and Eric McFarlane and all them guys. So them two teams have really took me under their wings, and I've been very fortunate. These racers, elite. These guys are the best of the best, especially at super speedways. So shout out to all them guys. I've only ran 2 races with them, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. So I will be back for sure. I just don't know when, but it doesn't go unnoticed on what Andrew and all these guys over here do, and you guys in the broadcast booth. So, like I said, just shout out to all them guys that are on my team for sticking behind me, and thank you guys for the broadcast. And like I said, thanks to Adam again for the good pushes, and we'll see you next time.
We appreciate you as well, sir. And we will see you next time you race. Hopefully, up here again in the broadcast booth to get an interview. But till then, congratulations on your win, and we'll see you later, bud.
Thank you, man.
Alrighty, folks, that's your winner, Blake Cannon. But it's about that time, Mike. Here on the Racers Elite Network, where we're gonna have to send it out. But be sure to tune in tomorrow as the first race of the season for the Next Gens does kick off around 10:30 a.m. Eastern. And look forward to some high flying action there. Maybe not as aggressive as we've seen the past few broadcasts because it is a points paying race. But it will be just as awesome as any other races. These guys put on a hell of a show every week. And Mike, go ahead and send us out, bud.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys make sure you come back, check us out. Tomorrow morning we'll be going live probably about I want to try to say about 10:15 a.m. Eastern. Try to get a couple interviews in before the season starts because man, we are in for an absolute treat. Just another reminder, we are only doing 400 miles tomorrow, not the 500 due to NASCAR moving the time up by 1 hour. So be sure to tune in. We're still be going live same time, but it's just going to be a little bit of a shorter race. But these guys have a lot to go on, and we can't wait to get everything started. Again, ladies and gentlemen, you guys have yourself a good happy Valentine's Day. I'm Mike Taylor, along my co-commentator, my best friend, uh, the Master of Chaos, Dakota LaRue. And we will see you guys in less than 12 hours for the season opener to the Sunday premiere series. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, you know how it goes. No matter what you do in life, have fun doing it. If it's not fun, ladies and gentlemen, you go and make it fun. Until next time, you guys have yourself a wonderful time zone.